Alright, so it is getting dark way too early now. It is only 8 o'clock and the sun's gone. I got the exhaust underneath the car here. And I'm just going to need to do a quick little look-see at the fitment now that the rear section is removed. And then just make hanger points and get this thing welded up. So I'm just going to get right to it. I'll come back with it set up. Alright, so I got my exhaust hooked up. We got this horrible cut right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and slide on the muffler and make sure I have enough clearance with the body. Oh shit, I might have to figure this out. I don't like this at all. Alright, I was just about to call it quits, and then I found this little piece of metal here. It's slightly larger than the existing piece right here. It allows me to have a little bit more angle, but for now I just want to make sure I keep this like angle proper. So I'm going to draw my line again. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the rest of this part off right here, and then get it tack welded right quick. Hey, how you doing? Good. So what I'm doing here is I cut 4 slits off camera into this extension piece, and the 4 cuts are going to allow me to bend the pipe down into a smaller inner diameter, just using the C-clamp here, just rotating around, just bending it down, and I'll show you what that's all about in a second. This will get so bad. I started thinking I should just get the V-band on here, but then it would make my muffler really easy to steal, but it would also make it a quick release to the full pipe. And then, you know, get one side welded on here, one side welded on here, call it a day. Maybe that's the way right there. So I got this V-band here. It's supposed to be 2.5 inches. And the cool thing about a V-band flange on a muffler, when you're trying to like eyeball it, and you don't have all the tools that a shop has, so you're just trying to make do with what you got. And the cool thing about these V-bands here is it allows you to spin at least one of the axes. In this case it would be the muffler. That would be, because this is stationary, this has got the exhaust hangers on it, and the muffler is the only thing that's going to need tweaking and moving around and whatnot. I had to grind it some more because I didn't have enough space in the lines. There's more space in the lines here and the cuts, the tighter you can go. So I'm going down quite a bit here. Now this isn't the exact way, obviously, to mount these V-band flanges. The inside of the ring has a little beveled edge, and that's to catch to the mating surface there, so you see it like that. And then the outer ring here also has a beveled edge, and typically what you'd want to do is just have a piping that's exactly the right fitting, you know, just right up in there, and then you would weld around that. And since most pieces of prefabricated steel piping are straight and flat and true, you will just end up with a fitting like ring around the edge there. And since I'm working with, you know, no limited tools and it's budget boys in here, I'm just going to be essentially shoving it down up in here, and then to make sure I have all the pieces of the exhaust flush with the inner wall of the V-band flange and with the exhaust tubing. I'm just getting my little clamps here, and I'm just pressing down on the metal. That way when I go to weld it, I don't have to bridge that big of a gap. So that's pretty much what I'm going to work with. I'm going to get this little chunk of metal bent back out a little bit more. Get that fitting on the inside of the wall there, and then weld around the edges, and then we'll get the muffler all set up. Alright, this is what I'm working with. See, I got the clamp on there. That's going to keep the metal close to each other, and I'll just do that for each spot. So I made a little slip fitting here. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but essentially there's just a loose piece of piping in here that's propping up this ring and keeping it in one spot. And when I have it completely flat, it is completely flat. Now we can start to do the mock-ups. Now again, because it's a V-band right here, I can go from this orientation to this orientation, no problem. Alright, so this is how I'm looking so far. I'm about to go ahead and get it tossed back on the car right quick. And this is what I was talking about. You can move this around. So that's going to give me plenty of play, I hope. Clearance wise, that looks alright. Got about 2 fingers worth of clearance up in here. The hanger position will be pretty good, I think. Tow hook, about a whole hand worth of clearance in there. 5 fingers. I have it positioned pretty much straight on. So now I'm going to go ahead and get a marker and just kind of mark off where I want to figure out the hanger, and then finish welding this up, and it should be good to go. Alright, so the test fit on this went great. I got the exhaust back off again. So all that's left is filling these, or bridging these gaps here, the lines that I cut to squeeze the pipe down. So it's just going to be a matter of getting a good glob going and pushing it across. And then after that, everything should be good to go. That one. Then I got a big boy right here. Alright, so I got it connected back to the test pipe there. I'm pretty much calling it tonight, but I want to just get this mocked up completely. Maybe I'll turn it on too. Okay, now we're rocking and rolling. Yeah, these studs are just a little short or something compared to the other ones. But maybe that's what you get for cheaping out the cheapest ones. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean up these welds a little bit. There we go. Okay. There's that angle adjustment I was talking about. Looks like we got a good seal. Alright, let's check it out. Here's the little hose clamp I got, keeping the exhaust on there. It actually looks pretty halfway decent. But is it quiet though? I think we should be good clearance wise. If not, I can pull it up a little bit with the hose clamp. Exhaust strap there on the hanger. We got about a couple inches on the top, so I can adjust it a little bit. And now for the fun part is gonna be figuring out the hanger situation. Pretty good clearance, I think. No contact anywhere. Once this muffler has a hanger, probably just do something straight up off of there. You know, after I figure out my exhaust tip. I'm not gonna be able to rev it because it's like 1 a.m. but I'm gonna start it. Difference. So I'm gonna call it there for tonight, and probably don't need to show you guys any more of this. I mean, you've seen me make hangers in other videos and whatnot, but yeah, that's where I'm gonna end this video, folks. Thanks for watching. So the battery died. Yeah, this has been a really fun learning experience. I'm sure you guys are getting sick of watching me mess around with exhaust and stuff, but it's really important to have both cars fully exhaust up. And I'm going to be making a theft-proof hanging system on the left side after I make my exhaust tip for this setup here, and then that way, even if the V-band falls off or someone takes it off, they won't be able to actually steal the muffler. So yeah, very fun learning experience, and it's honestly been just a great time figuring all this stuff out, and I'm glad you guys stuck around to watch it, and hopefully you learned something with me. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Yeah.